What's up, Non-Fungible community? This is your host, Non-Fungible TC, Non-Fungible today and Non-Fungible tomorrow. And look at this on the screen. So this is really exciting. Not really exciting, but this is quite judgmental. And like what I said on my thumbnail, is this the end for NFT creators on OpenSea? So basically yesterday, what happened was OpenSea said, so OpenSea created an account, which I think it's, you know, a nice gesture to show that they're gonna support people because it's an account called OpenSea Support. But I think this is quite, you know, worrying in a sense that they're not using a verified tick. Well, it does take some time for them to have a verified tick, but by doing this, they're actually opening up a lot of scammers who's gonna use this account. So anyways, well, guys, I'm not 100% sure this is really OpenSea, but it's from, you know, the looks of it, it seems like it is. So do your own due diligence and do your own research. So out of the blue, what happened was that OpenSea decided to create an account called OpenSea Support and announce this, which is like a huge bomb drop on the NFT creator community. So what did they say is that to address feedback that we received about our creator tool, we updated our collection storefront contract limits to only support the creation of up to 5 collections and 50 items per collection. And then they said, we know that this change may impact our community, so please don't hesitate to share how this affects your creative flow. So basically what it means is that for people who have been creating NFTs on OpenSea, they no longer can create unlimited NFTs, but they are only able to create up to 250 pieces of NFTs divided in 5 collections and only 50 items per collection. So some people might want to create 1,000 profile pictures on OpenSea and upload it manually. This is no longer the option. So this was a huge thing that happened yesterday. Everyone was furious. So after posting that and receiving a lot of backlash, OpenSea decided to use the official account to post this message. To all the creators in our community impacted by the 50 item limit we added to our free minting tool, we hear you and we're sorry we have reversed the decision, but we also want to offer an explanation. Every decision we make with our creators in mind. We originally built our shared storefront contract to make it easy for creators to onboard into the space. However, we've recently seen misuse of this feature increase exponentially. Over 80% of the items created with this tool were plagiarized works, fake collections, and spam. We didn't make this decision lightly. We made to change to address feedback we were receiving from our entire community. However, we should have reviewed this with you before rolling it out. In addition to reversing this decision, we're working through a number of solutions to ensure we support our creators while deterring bad actors. We commit to previewing these changes with you in advance of rolling them out. Please give us feedback along the way. It seems like they did respond to this Twitter account, which I think OpenSea Support is therefore a official account, but make sure it is OpenSea_support and not other scam accounts. A lot of scammers are there just to get your private keys. So this is the issue. This is what happened. So the issue was a lot of people are abusing this system. So they initially wanted to limit the collection and NFT creations, but now they decided to no longer limit it. The reason why I wanted to do this video is I want to explore the concept with all of you about a custom contract and also a shared fund contract. So basically, for those of you who do not know, let me talk about this in this video. If you're new to the space, if you're an NFT creator but you do not know the technical part, let me talk to you about the differences. So this is my NFT creation, which I've done in the past, which is called When Square Meets Circle. So if OpenSea's support thing were to roll out, what it means is that I no longer can create more than 50 items in each of my collections, and the maximum collection that I can create is actually 5. So this is, you know, detrimental to a lot of people if they have a lot of creative ideas. Say for example, my NFT project was a unique 100 pieces artwork, right? So if this were to roll out, I cannot do this anymore. But anyways, the reason why I wanted to do this video is I want to share about some fundamentals. And the first thing is that in order to understand custom and shared contract and also the concept of, you know, lazy minting, you'll have to understand what is an NFT. So going back to the basics, okay, the NFT is basically a token standard on the Ethereum blockchain. And some common standards are ERC-721, which is the original NFT standard, and it is a free open standard that describes how to build non-fungible or unique tokens on the Ethereum blockchain. And while most tokens are fungible, every token is the same as every other token. ERC-721 tokens are unique. So this would basically be the NFTs that you see like Bored Ape, CryptoPunks, and so on, okay? And then you have the ERC20 token, which is a familiar token. Let's say, for example, other fungible tokens like Shiba Inu tokens, Dogecoin. These are ERC20 tokens. ERC20 tokens introduce a standard for fungible token. In other words, they have property that make each token be the same in type and value of another token. For example, an ERC token acts just like the ETH, meaning that one token is and always will be equal to all the other tokens. So for example, 1 Ethereum equals to 1 Ethereum. It does not change. It is not unique. And that's why ERC721 is a unique, so we can identify each token and its ownership, right? So for those of you who do not know, there is actually another token standard which was actually created by Engine, right? So Engine is a gaming related blockchain. So what they wanted to do is that, say for example, if you have a weapon in a game, right? It is a sword. You're not going to duplicate a lot of unique swords, right? What you're going to do is that in order to save the cost of minting and things like that, what they did is they created a new standard called ERC1155. It is a standard interface for contract that manage multiple token types. A single deployed contract may include any combination of fungible token, non-fungible tokens, or other configurations. So basically what happened is that, let's say for example, you have a sword, you have a gun, and these are NFTs in a game, okay? And for that gun, it has a unique ID, which probably is an ID 1. And that unique ID could have 10, 100, 1000 owners, okay? So this is somewhere in between ERC721 and ERC20, okay? And then on your sword, they also have multiple owners, okay? Because in a game, that's the best way you can do it. For those of you who do not know, actually on OpenSea, the NFTs that you create are not actually ERC721 standards, but they are a ERC1155 token on the OpenSea Shared contract. What is a custom contract and what is a shared contract? So a custom contract basically means that, for those of you who do not understand what NFT is that basically within like a table, okay? This is like, let's say there's a custom contract. It's a Bored Ape Yacht Club contract. The token ID would be Bored Ape Yacht Club or Mutant Ape Yacht Club, right? It is a custom contract, and within that contract you have different Bored Apes, right? Bored Ape 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then within that contract it will say, okay, Bored Ape 1 is being owned by who, Bored Ape 2 is being owned by who. So this is actually the whole concept of NFT. It is a smart contract, a contract that shows who owns which. If this is a ERC 1155 contract, and if the NFT has multiple owners, the ID 1 would have owner 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and etc. Okay, for shared contract, basically a lot of marketplace that allows to easily create NFTs, they use a shared contract. So the issue that OpenSea is saying is that they have, whenever you create an NFT using the create function on OpenSea, you basically create an NFT under the shared contract. So what happened is that you have these really long IDs under one contract. So their contract is called OpenStore, and it's not your contract. It's not being named by your token, but it is using a shared contract. And then you have a very long token IDs, and then it says that this token belongs to who and etc. Let's go look at a practical example. This is my NFT creation when Square meets Circle. This is OpenSea. I created this on OpenSea. What you do is you go to details, and then you can actually look at the contract address. So this is the contract address, and this is the token ID. If this is a custom token and this is number 1, this would be token ID number 1. But because I created this on the OpenSea creator platform, what you see is that this NFT is actually under the OpenSea Shared Storefront. So this is what OpenSea is saying. If your NFT is a ERC721 custom contract, this rollout would not affect your contract, so you don't have to be worried. So these 10,000 profile pictures are still gonna be here. But if you are creating an NFT by uploading JPEGs or other file format onto OpenSea, you are basically creating an NFT under this OpenSea Shared Storefront, okay? And then, so if you look at this is the token ID, which is a very long token ID. And then token standard is the 1155. So this is actually a 1155 contract and not a ERC721. So a lot of people do not know. The thing is, there is nothing wrong with having a OpenSea Shared Storefront. It's just that some creators might not have the skills to develop their own contract. For example, they might not have enough Ethereum in order to deploy a contract because it costs a lot of money. Because if your action on the blockchain is more complicated, you're gonna pay more gas fee. So usually when they deploy a smart contract for a custom NFT, the gas fee is way higher than you just uploading one NFT. So if you look at this, and as you can see, the token ID, this is token ID, this is token standard. So this is the 1155. This is one that's created using this create function on OpenSea. And if you look at Bored Ape Yacht Club, okay, this is the first Bored Ape that they created. If you look at details, this is the contract address, and you can see the token ID is 0. Okay, when you click into the token ID, the contract, you can see that token tracker is Bored Ape Yacht Club. And then you could within here see all the transactions or the movement of all the Bored Ape Yacht Club. What does it mean? So this is a custom contract. This is a contract they deployed on the blockchain. For a lot of NFT creators, there's something you have to know. Some NFT collectors, they prefer getting ERC721 in NFTs because ERC721 means that unique ID is there's only one owner for that unique ID. But for ERC1155 NFTs, there's a chance that there could be multiple owners. So that's why some people might think that ERC721 contracts has a higher collectability. Let's go through OpenSea and how the minting works. Whenever you create a collection on OpenSea, what you do is the first time when you list something, it will ask you to verify your wallet. What happens is that OpenSea basically links your wallet ownership with your collection, but your NFTs are actually not minted. What does it mean by it not minted? So look at this. This is an OpenSea Help Center. Can I list an item without paying to mint it? The new OpenSea Collection Manager allows creators to make NFTs without any upfront gas cost, as the NFT isn't transferred on-chain until the first purchase or transfer is made. So basically what this means is that they have a function called lazy minting, and the good thing about lazy minting is that for every NFT you create, you don't have to pay gas fee to register on the blockchain. Basically what happened is that you created an NFT on the application layer, which is on the website layer. If someone buys it, they pay gas fee to buy your NFT, and at the same time actually tells the blockchain miners to say that, hey, this ownership has been transferred and this NFT has been created. So NFTs made with the collection manager follows the ERC1155 standard, partly to help with gas fee minting and partly to help us add exciting features in the near future. And please note, if this is your first listing on OpenSea, you have to pay gas fees associated with initiating your account. Alright, and what is the benefit of a custom contract? Well, for having a custom contract, first of all, you have recognition because you could, name your own token, your own token. Say for example, Bored Ape, they can actually have an icon for their own custom contract, and they have their own token name. And so there is a higher recognition and higher collectability for people who are pure ERC721 collectors, okay? Because you have to understand, 1155 basically means that there's a door or possibility that there could be multiple owners or a fractionalized NFT. But for ERC721, it means that it is definite. There is only one owner, okay? So some people might prefer ERC721 standards. So for those of you who create NFTs on, OpenSea, and you do not have any skills to create custom contract, do not worry, I will share with you the solutions afterwards. Anyways, the disadvantages of a custom contract is that, as I said, when you deploy this onto the blockchain, the gas fee is relatively higher. I'm not sure if these new solutions allow you to lazy mint. If you deploy your own smart contract, my understanding is that there's a chance that every NFT that you create has to be minted rather than lazy minted, but I'm not sure, not 100% sure. But if someone knows it, comment below. And also, by having your own custom contract, you basically create your own contract, right? So it's not under the control of OpenSea. So if OpenSea were to do something like this in the near future again, if you have your own custom contract, it would not affect you, so you don't have to worry. It is an interesting thing because a few days ago, Foundation, which is also another marketplace, which is a more exclusive marketplace, announced that we are closing minting access to the Foundation collection on Friday, January the 28th, which is today at the time of recording. Let's all take a moment to ground ourselves in why this matters and how this decision empowers creators even more in Web3. When we launched in 2021, creators began by minting their first NFTs to a shared smart contract, which is what I said, a shared storefront, the Foundation collection, which is similar to the OpenSea one. The collection marks a historic moment in time and houses NFTs made by artists from all around the world. We all had to get our start somewhere. Now artists can deploy their own smart contract with collections on Foundation. So it means that now you can, deploy your own custom contract on Foundation. So if you're looking to deploy your custom contract, you can do it in other platforms like Foundation. We believe that your history should be preserved on your contract, not ours, which makes pretty much sense if you want to increase your collectability. If you are Leonardo da Vinci, if he's still alive today, he might have a Da Vinci or Leonardo contract that people can look at and then know that, oh, this is actually being created by Leonardo da Vinci. So in Web3, having clear provenance of your work and owning your smart contract is key. Basically, with collections, creators are in control of their own smart contract. Works created together stay together. You can take your contracts wherever you want to. By closing our shared contract, we're making way for the future. Read the FAQ. So I won't go into too much detail, but what it means that Foundation is now only offering custom contract solution. What it means is that a lot of platforms are trying to even with this, right, I think there's something happening with regards to shared contract. I think platforms are trying to encourage creators to use their own contract. And having your own contract is a great thing, because even if OpenSea one day runs out of business, or if Foundation one day no longer exists, if you have your own custom contract, it is registered on the blockchain. You're not relying on OpenSea. You're not relying on their own contract. So there is a longevity if you want to look at it in that way. So all right, let's talk about the solutions. Okay, right now, if this really happens in the future, what can you do? So I was doing some exploration. I found out other platforms. So for example, I was looking at Looksware. They actually shared a platform called Manifold.XYZ. So they basically have a quite a low gas fee solution. And what I've been seeing is that this is a very high quality place where you can create your own custom contract, because they also have a lot of well-known creators using them to create your custom contract. So what happened is that for any creators looking to deploy their own NFT smart contract, we got you. Manifold contracts are 100% creator owned, are free plus gas deploy, and any NFT minted on our contracts are platform agnostic. Basically what it means that if you create an NFT using that platform, people on Rarible, on Foundation, well, if they feature a collection on OpenSea can read it. Okay, so head over to their studio.manifold.xyz to get started. You can mint an NFT on our contract and sell on any marketplace or platform such as OpenSea, Looksware, Rarible, Nifty Gateway, support with Foundation and Super Rare coming soon, or you can even sell on your own website. And our contracts are free plus gas. It costs about 0.03 ETH, $100 to $200 to deploy a contract and mint an NFT on it. So this is actually pretty cheap. For more resources getting started, there's a video walkthrough created by other content creators, which definitely check it out. There are also other community guides from helpful members of our community. So these are also very great video resources, and I definitely suggest you to check it out if you're interested. Okay. And then for additional help, check out their documentations and stuff like that. So this is actually a very cheap way to deploy your own contract. But my question would be, is this, lazy minting? Do you have to pay for other subsequent NFTs? So you minted one NFT. For the second NFT, do you have to pay again in order to register on the blockchain? Or is it a lazy minting and then people can actually pay on behalf of the creator to mint the NFT? If you go to the website, actually they have worked with a lot of big creators like Jay-Z. They also work with, People Pleaser, Steve Aoki, a lot of big names, and F Crystals as well. They did collabs. They have really cool functions as well. It's not just upload a JPEG, because if you go to the Manifold Studio Substack, a document, basically it says that you could create ERC721 or 1155, so it depends on you. And then the good thing is that minting is just as simple as providing asset, customizing your metadata, and then press mint. And then they have a lot of built-in support and a lot of big names using this platform. And then they have a lot of upcoming functions as well. And what I've seen is that these creations could be very creative. You could have dynamic NFTs, basically, depending on where you're in the place in the world. You can input your longitude, attitude, and then your NFT could basically respond to where you live in. Definitely check this out. A really exciting thing. Another way of creating your own custom contract is going to Rarible. So if you go to Rarible, so Rarible is another marketplace. You could go create your NFT. Single is basically ERC721, multiple is the 1155. Okay, it allows you to do it on the Rary contract or create your own custom contract. And the good thing is it allows lazy minting, right? So if one day OpenSea decides to limit the number of creations that you can create, you can actually use other platforms. And then they also support lazy minting, meaning that you only pay one-time gas fee to initialize your wallet, and then the other you could create unlimited NFTs, and then people would pay to create it. And then in single, you can also do it in Rary and create your ERC721 custom contract, and then there's a free minting. So basically what happens when you create a custom contract, you upload the icon, which is like the Bored Ape icon that you see. You have the name, you have the symbol. So you have the good thing is that you could use your own name in order to create this token, and then have a description. So this is really good because it is your brand. As an artist or gallery or creator, you might want to do your own custom contract rather than just rely your NFT on a shared contract. Because for people like me, every time I'm looking at NFT, I'll look at the contract. If you are a shared contract, I will know that you do not have the understanding of NFTs, and also it's not something that I want to hold long term, because I'm not sure if one day what would happen to this contract, like what OpenSea is doing. They could make changes, but you have your own custom contract, you have true ownership, you have your own branding. That is something that I definitely might consider when collecting an NFT. When you look at news like this, the first thing you'll ask yourself, first of all, do you have to mint an NFT on Ethereum? Okay, a lot of people were like, oh, if you do your own custom contract, the gas is so high, blah blah. The first thing you have to ask yourself, does it matter which blockchain do you mint your NFT on? So there are a lot of different type of blockchains you can actually mint your NFT for very low transaction fees, and you could consider maybe Solana, Tezos, and so on. So first of all, the question as a creator, you ask yourself, first of all, which blockchain do I want to mint my collection? Does it have to be Ethereum? If not, can we consider other alternatives? Second, if you must create a NFT in the Ethereum blockchain, you could look at other alternatives. You don't have to create everything on OpenSea. You could explore creating your own custom contract, which I share with you. You could do it on Rarible, on Manifold, and also other different type of platforms that are up and rising in the NFT space. The reason why I'm doing this video is that yesterday I have a vote and everyone wanted me to talk about the collection limit, which basically now is resolved. But in the future, hope this video is future-proof. In the future, if you're looking to create your custom contract, if you want to understand what is a custom contract and also what is a shared contract, feel free to watch this video and I hope this could add value for you. So tomorrow I will be talking about another controversial OpenSea issue, which is the OpenSea unlisting issue. Basically what happened is that due to a blockchain nature or something that OpenSea has did, basically people can buy Bored Ape Yacht Club or Mutant Apes at a very discount by looking at the previous listings. So if you list something and then if the floor price right now is way higher than your previous listing, this is something that you might want to check it out. So thank you so much for watching. As always, stay safe in this space. This is definitely not the end for NFT creators, but it is a good reminder that why custom contract could be something that you could look into. So this is your host, Non-Fungible TC, signing off.